The right words can have a big impact on women. And in this video, I'm going to show you 8 words that drive women wild with desire. These aren't cheesy pickup lines or manipulative tricks. These are psychological triggers that create genuine attraction and sexual tension. So, if you want to stop having boring, friendly conversations that go absolutely nowhere with women and start having conversations that make a woman think about you all day long and make her want to be closer to you, then pay close attention and keep watching. I'm Magda Kay, your trusted men's health advisor. And make sure you watch closely because word number 6 creates physical awareness that naturally leads to intimacy. If you want to create real attraction with women, hit that subscribe button because what we're covering today works on a psychological level. All right, let's get started. Here are the 8 words that drive women absolutely wild. Word number 1, maybe. This word is attraction gold when used correctly. Why? Because it creates uncertainty. And uncertainty is the foundation of sexual tension. When you give a woman a definitive answer to everything, you become predictable. And predictable is the enemy of attraction. But when you say maybe, you force her mind to fill in the blanks. So let's say she asks, "Are you going to that party on Saturday?" Most guys would say, "Yeah, definitely." Or, "No, I'm not going." But if you say, "Maybe," depends on who's going to be there. With a slight smirk, now she's wondering, does he mean me? Is he hinting that he wants me there? Or if she asks you, "Do you think I'm pretty?" Instead of rushing to say, "Yes, you're absolutely gorgeous," you say, "Maybe." You have your moments with a cheeky grin. That pause after maybe creates tension, and that playful tease keeps her guessing about what you really think. The key is to use the word maybe when you want to keep her mentally engaged and thinking about you, keeping her on her toes. Word number 2, dangerous. Women are biologically wired to be attracted to men who represent excitement and adventure. That's why calling something dangerous triggers a primal attraction response. But you're not talking about actual danger here. You're talking about emotional danger. For example, if you're having a good conversation and there's chemistry building, you might say something like, "This is getting dangerous. I think I'm starting to like you." Or if she's being flirty, you say, "You're dangerous. I can tell you're the type of girl who gets guys in trouble." The word dangerous implies that being around you or her leads to passionate, exciting experiences. It suggests that ordinary rules don't apply when the two of you are together. And that's exactly the kind of emotional state that turns women on. Word number 3, secret. Women love feeling like they're part of something exclusive. That word secret instantly creates intimacy and makes her feel special. It implies that you're sharing something with her that others don't get to know. Here's how to use it properly. If you're talking about your goals with a woman, you might say, "Can I tell you a secret? I'm actually working on starting my own business, but I haven't told anyone yet." Or if you're being playful, you say, "I'll let you in on a secret. You're way more interesting than I expected when I first saw you." The word secret makes her lean in closer, both physically and emotionally. It creates that you and me against the world, feeling that women find irresistible. Word number 4, wild. This word taps into a woman's desire to break free from her everyday routine. Most women live very structured, responsible lives. But deep down, we crave moments of spontaneity and excitement. When you use the word wild, you're giving her permission to access that side of herself. You might say, "You seem really put together, but I bet you have a wild side you don't show many people." Or, "I'm in the mood to do something wild tonight. Are you interested?" The word wild suggests adventure, passion, and breaking social conventions. It implies that being with you means stepping outside of her comfort zone in the best possible way. Just remember, you need to back up this statement with actual fun, spontaneous behavior. If you talk about being wild but then suggest dinner at Applebee's, the magic disappears. Word number 5, tease. Playful banter is one of the fastest ways to create sexual tension, and the word tease directly acknowledges that playful, flirtatious dynamic. When you call her a tease, you're saying, "I see what you're doing and I'm enjoying it." For example, if she's being coy, you might say, "You're such a tease. I can tell you, enjoy keeping me guessing." Or if she gives you a compliment and then pulls back, you can say, "Don't be such a tease." Either you think I'm attractive or you don't. The word tease creates sexual undertones in a very innocent way. It acknowledges that there is a game being played between the two of you. And games are fun, which is exactly what attraction should feel like. Now, before I get to word number 6, let me talk about something crucial. All of these words work to create attraction, but if your body isn't supporting you with the right hormones and blood flow, you're not going to have the energy, confidence, and presence to pull this off. Here's what most men don't realize. Your smooth muscle function directly impacts your confidence and performance. What is your smooth muscle? It's a series of tiny muscular fibers on your pelvic floor that enable you to achieve erections by trapping blood inside the penis. When the smooth muscle is optimized, blood flows rapidly into the erectile tissue and is firmly trapped there, producing naturally firm and long-lasting erections. But oxidative stress around the smooth muscle is now proven to be the root cause of many men's failure to perform. That's why I recommend Red Boost, a powerful formula specifically designed to optimize smooth muscle function. Red Boost contains a blend of rare, powerful nutrients, including itacaron, also known as horny goat, tonad allophor boosting male hormones, macaroot for vitality and stamina, vitrine to support nitric oxide production and blood flow, and nettle root for prostate health and hormonal support. These ingredients work together to target oxidative stress in the smooth muscle, boost your hormones and nitric oxide levels, and support healthy blood flow. The healthier your nitric oxide levels are, the firmer your erections are, and the more confident you feel. You'll find Red Boost linked in the description below. Word number 6, breathe. This might sound like an odd choice, but hear me out. The word breathe is incredibly intimate and creates physical awareness. When you tell someone to breathe, you're drawing attention to their body and creating a moment of vulnerability. Here's how it works. If you're having an intense conversation and she seems overwhelmed by the chemistry, you might gently say, "Hey, breathe, I'm not going anywhere." Or if she's nervous about something, you say, "Just breathe." You don't have to figure out everything right now. This word works because it positions you as someone who can calm her down and make her feel safe. But it also creates physical awareness of her breathing, which naturally leads to awareness of other physical sensations. Use this sparingly and only in moments of genuine intensity. Word number 7, addicted. Women want to feel like they have a powerful effect on you. The word addicted implies that she's captivating and you can't get enough. But here's the key. Don't say you're addicted to her directly. That's too intense. Instead, be addicted to specific things about her. "I'm getting addicted to that laugh of yours. I think I'm becoming addicted to our conversations." The word addicted suggests that she has power over you, but in a way that's exciting rather than needy. It implies intensity and passion without seeming desperate. Word number 8, wrong. This is the most counterintuitive word on the list, but calling something wrong in a flirty context creates playful tension. It suggests you're both about to cross a line, and that crossing lines together is exciting. For example, "This is wrong. I shouldn't be thinking about you so much." Or, "We're in public. It's wrong how much I want to kiss you right now." The word wrong implies that there's something forbidden about your connection, and forbidden fruit is always the most tempting. It creates that us against the world dynamic that makes women feel like they're living in a romantic movie. Just make sure you're not actually doing anything wrong. This is about creating a vibe of emotional intensity, not actual inappropriate behavior. Here's the bottom line. These 8 words may be dangerous, secret, wild, tease, breathe, addicted, and wrong work because they create uncertainty, excitement, intimacy, and sexual tension. They make conversations feel charged and memorable instead of boring and forgettable. But remember, words are only part of the equation. You need the physical presence, energy, and confidence to back them up. Support your body with proper nutrition, circulation support, and healthy hormone levels so you can show up as your best self. Try using these words in your next conversation with a woman. And pay attention to how she responds. Notice when she leans in. Notice when her eyes light up. That's when you know it's working. Let me add one more layer to this because knowing the words is powerful. But mastering the delivery is what separates a man who gets polite smiles from a man who creates real desire. Here's the truth most people never tell you. It's not just what you say, it's the emotional state you bring into the interaction. These words work best when they're spoken slowly, confidently, and without rushing to fill silence. Silence is not your enemy. Silence is where attraction breeds. When you say a word like maybe or dangerous and then pause, you're giving her space to feel instead of just hear. Another important point is calibration. You're not throwing all 8 words into one conversation like a script. That would feel forced and unnatural. Think of these words as seasoning, not the entire meal. One well timed word delivered with calm confidence can be more powerful than 10 clever lines said nervously. Attraction grows when she feels relaxed, curious, and emotionally stimulated at the same time. Also, pay attention to her responses. Attraction is a two-way street. When she leans in, mirrors your tone, smiles longer, or slows her speech, that's your green light. If she pulls back, crosses her arms, or changes the subject quickly, that's your signal to ease off and ground the conversation again. Confidence isn't about pushing forward no matter what. Confidence is knowing when to advance and when to let things breathe. Now, I want to be very clear about something. None of these words are about manipulation. Manipulation comes from insecurity and fear of rejection. What you're learning here is emotional leadership, and you're creating an environment where attraction can naturally arise, where both of you feel present, engaged, and alive in the moment. Healthy attraction always feels mutual, playful, and safe. And here's something most men overlook. Attraction doesn't come from trying to impress, it comes from being grounded in yourself. When you're comfortable with who you are, when your body is supported, your energy is steady, and your hormones are balanced, these words land differently. They feel authentic instead of rehearsed. That's why taking care of your physical health isn't optional, it's foundational. When your body works with you instead of against you, everything about how you show up improves. I also want you to remember this. You don't need every woman to be attracted to you. You only need the right women to feel something when they're around you. These words help filter out low energy, surface level connections, and draw in women who enjoy depth, playfulness, and emotional intensity. So, here's your challenge. The next time you're talking to a woman you're interested in, don't try to impress her. Don't over-explain. Don't rush. Pick one word from this list that feels natural in the moment and use it calmly. Then observe. Feel the shift. Notice how the energy changes when you stop trying and start leading emotionally. Attraction is a skill, and like any skill, it gets sharper with awareness and practice. You're not here to memorize lines. You're here to become the kind of man whose presence alone makes conversations feel different. If you found value in this, subscribe because we go deeper into confidence, masculinity, attraction, and men's health every week. Comment below and tell me which word surprised you the most or which one you've already used without realizing it. I really do read every comment. Thanks for spending this time with me. Keep learning, keep growing, stay grounded in your body, and I'll see you in the next